Now, this is some very interesting news, Jets fans. Now, it's come out recently that Jakob Chychrun is not very happy in Ottawa. Things aren't really working out for him, and the Ottawa Senators are actually starting to take calls on Jakob Chychrun. Now, it appears that the Jets are one of the teams that have started to really take interest in him, and it makes sense, because last year before the trade from Arizona, Chevy was out there making his moves and trying to look and see what he could do and maybe bring him over. He obviously didn't, but at the end of the day, now that he's available again, it looks like he is starting to kick the tires again on possibly trading for Jakob Chychrun. Now, I know there are some Jets fans out there that going into this deadline really don't want to add that much. And if they do, it wants to be a big piece. I've seen some fans out there really pondering the value of bringing Sean Monahan in, bringing in a guy like Lindholm. Is it really worth risking the chemistry, what's going on, to add guys like that? Now, I obviously want to add talent. That's my opinion. But there are a lot of the fan base that just really are not, 100% sold on those type of guys for the deadline, especially the asking price. But Jakob Chychrun, you look at his stats, you look at who he is. He's an elite player. This is a guy that was very damn good in Arizona on bad teams. He was traded, from the Coyotes. He didn't make things work there for 3 draft picks last year, a first rounder and 2 second rounders. And I think that the Jets going into this type of talks could definitely make something like this work with Ottawa. He really isn't happy anymore there, and the hometown novelty has worn off. Then, maybe something like this is possible, and it is possible for the Jets. And I think that that's an amazing thing to consider. And if the Jets really want to go in, if Cheveldayoff wants to make his mark and go in, this is the guy to bring in. 26 points so far this season. You look at his stats, very damn good, top pair guy. And those 26 points would have him tied with Josh Morrissey and first on team defense for points. Now, obviously, the Jets defense has been damn good this year, but an upgrade right now over Nate Schmidt would be absolutely, beneficial for this team. And, we've already talked about Ville Heinola potentially being an upgrade there, but even Jakob Chychrun would absolutely elevate this defensive core to the next level. I really believe that. And if this is the type of move that you want to see as an elite move, bringing somebody in that could really make a difference, then it doesn't get almost any better than Chychrun, in my opinion. He's one of the best, youngest guys that are available, and, he does. I think that if you can sign him potentially, there's a lot of things with this that go into play. But the fact that Chevy's shown interest, in before and trying to trade for this guy, maybe there's a way that they can make this work. Maybe there's a way he wants to play in Winnipeg or be happy here with the right contracts and everything. It could work, and I'm going to come out and say it. There might be a part of the fan base that calls me crazy for this, but I think that if you have a legit chance, if Cheveldayoff is really out there working the phones again, trying to bring Chychrun into the Winnipeg Jets organization, then I think it's time we talk about trading Ville Heinola. I want to see Ville Heinola with this team more than anybody. I've been one of the biggest Ville Heinola defenders and supporters out there. I really have. And you look at Ville Heinola's career so far, he hasn't found stability in the NHL because he hasn't been given a real opportunity, but in the AHL, he's been elite. This guy is the real deal. I really believe that. And if the Jets want to package a top-tier, trade package over to Ottawa, I think Ville Heinola could be, the centerpiece in in a situation like that. A very promising young defenseman. And I know that there'd be a lot of people out there saying, "What are you doing, Pig City? Come on, Jake. You're crazy." Ville Heinola, but I'm serious. If you can make this work, you can make him long-term. Look at the upgrade here. Look at that. Dropping Neil Pionk down to play with Sandberg and having, Schmidt being the extra defenseman, that top 4, it would be one of the best in the NHL. And I love Ville Heinola, don't get me wrong. I really, really do. But the Jets have the trade capital and the picks to do this. If they package Ville Heinola with another, maybe that Montreal pick or something like that, I think that gets it done. Or it's very close to getting it done, And if they really want something else, they have some depth forward prospects that are pretty good, that they could look at moving. And I think, again, if you want to bring in elite talent, Chychrun's going to be as close as you're going to get to real elite talent available at this deadline, potentially. Now, honestly, does he get traded? Probably not. It's going to take a lot of talking and a lot of offers, but the fact that they're kicking tires on a guy like this shows that Cheveldayoff is all in already. He wants that move. He wants to bring this team to the next level, and he is one of the guys that could, make this team go, they're already number 1 in the NHL. Imagine what adding Chychrun could do to the power play, just for everything. Guy is an elite defenseman out there. Very, very good defenseman. And he's young still, too. I love this idea. I'm all in on it. And again, this is a Jets team that is number 1 in the NHL. Think about that. If you don't want to add a depth guy at forward because you think that there are enough depth forwards playing out of their mind right now, I understand that. I totally get behind that opinion. But if you really want to add to this team, an elite guy is honestly the best decision in my opinion. Outside of maybe, a sneaky trade like they did with Stastny back in the day, no one really saw that. Under the radar, elite sender type deal like that. Well, not elite, but you know what I mean. A very solid top 6 forward that they're able to bring in for an affordable price like they did with Paul Stastny. If they could find another trade similar to a player like that, I'm okay with it. But I think that overall, when you just look at this club and you just everything about this team is so damn elite. The depth has been amazing. During injuries, people have stepped up. Like, there's so much to be positive about with this team that maybe trading a guy like Ville Heinola, who, had a chance to make the club, things could have been different. I still want him here, and I don't want to get rid of Ville Heinola that easily. Like, let me just push that. But again, you look at this Jets team right now. Just look at how good they are. Adding a guy like Chychrun would elevate this team to the next level. And I don't think it would really mess up that much with the chemistry, because Nate Schmidt is the perfect locker room guy. If you can keep him somehow, for this run in the room, and then you look at trading him to get rid of the cap in the offseason, that could be, there's ways to make this work. And I'm not I think that this is potentially the best thing that the Jets could look at. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts here that go into this, and if it even happens before the deadline, I don't know. Analysts maybe aren't so sure, but we'll have to wait and see. So make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Winnipeg Jets hockey. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, check out all the affiliate links below. Peace, love, and positivity as always, and go Jets go.